always forget to say this, and sometimes I'll put it at the end of a video. But I know when I watch ASMR videos, I tend to fall asleep at the end of it. So, there's no point in doing that, so I'll put it at the beginning. Alright. I hope that you are doing really, really good. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Mariah Wilson, Kaitlyn Armstrong, and the guy at the center of this love triangle, Colin Strickland. So this was a pretty popular case, and I believe that Kaitlyn Armstrong just got sentenced not that long ago. Stories like this kind of bewilder me. These love triangles, this jealous person, if someone loses their life, it's so tragic and very avoidable. But as we're gonna see here, sometimes people, they let their emotions or inability to control their emotions take over into a jealous rage, and they end up doing something that will cost another person their life and ruin the lives of many. So let's go ahead and jump right in, okay? So on the night of May 11th, 2022, professional cyclist Anna Mariah, whose nickname was Mo, last name Wilson, was fatally shot by Kaitlyn Marie Armstrong at a friend's home. Prior to her conviction, Kaitlyn has had flight attempts both as a wanted person and as a detainee. She spent 43 days at large until her capture in Costa Rica, where authorities say that she used different names and changed her appearance to set up a new life, and would attempt to flee from custody on the eve of her trial over a year later. So, to talk more specifically about the victim and the perpetrator. So, Anna Mariah was born on May 18th, 1996, and raised in a family of athletes. She developed a passion for cycling as a young girl, and she was a nationally ranked junior skier, but had become a gravel cyclist. Before her career as a professional cyclist full-time, she had worked as a demand planner for a company named Specialized. The perpetrator, Kaitlyn, born November 21st, 1987, grew up in Michigan. She was described as a yoga teacher and a licensed realtor. Kaitlyn was in a relationship with Colin, the professional cyclist. That's at the center of this entire thing, and they briefly separated in the fall of 2021, by which point Colin had met Mariah and began a brief romantic relationship with her. Kaitlyn and Colin would later reconcile and resume their relationship. So on May 11th, 2022, her name is Anna Mariah, I called her Mariah, but Anna was found unalived with multiple gunshot wounds shortly before 10 p.m. at a friend's residence, where she had been staying to compete in a race. Hours before her death, she had gone out with Colin for a swim at Deep Eddy Pool, and afterward ate dinner. Colin denied ever going inside Anna's friend's house after dropping Anna off, and was ruled out as a prime suspect following a police investigation. An autopsy ruled Anna's death as a homicide with 3 gunshot wounds that occurred after she was shot one time, and then 2 again after she was laying supine on the floor, or laying flat on the floor on her back. Police named Kaitlyn as a person of interest after her video surveillance showed her black Jeep Grand Cherokee she was with Colin. She was released on technicalities stemming from discrepancies between her date of birth and the police department's database. Colin originally denied knowing Anna when first interviewed, but eventually admitted to the relationship and to keeping communication with Anna hidden from Kaitlyn, going so far as to delete text messages from Anna on his phone while saving her phone number under a fake name. Kaitlyn reportedly became aware of the relationship and expressed a strong desire to unalive Anna, telling an anonymous tipster that she had either recently purchased a firearm or was going to. Colin revealed that he had brought 2 handguns for Kaitlyn and for himself. Through a search warrant, police recovered 2 firearms from the house Colin shared with Kaitlyn. A spent shell casing from one weapon belonging to Kaitlyn, yielding a significant match with the one found at the crime scene. The search warrant also revealed that Kaitlyn had visited a shooting range with her sister Christine to learn how to use the firearm. On May 17th, an arrest warrant for first-degree murder was issued for Kaitlyn. After spending 43 days at large, Kaitlyn was apprehended by the U.S. Marshals in a hostel in Santa Teresa, Costa Rica, on June 29th, 2022. In a press conference about Kaitlyn's capture, the U.S. Marshals said that she had fled to Costa Rica using a passport that did not belong to her, but belonged to someone who she was closely associated with, as well as significantly changing her appearance, and sought opportunities to teach yoga under a variety of different aliases. They observed that her hair had been dyed and cut short, and her nose bandaged, and saw some discoloration around her eyes, which she reportedly said that she obtained from a surfboarding accident. Kaitlyn was arraigned on July 21st, 2022, pleading not guilty to the charge. She was held on a $3.5 million bond in Travis County Jail after suffering delays. The case went to trial on October 30th, 2023. Very recently, Kaitlyn had lost her bid to suppress evidence of her custodial interrogation with the Austin Police Department, which she argued was illegal.